Hi everyone! Good evening to all of you. Welcome to another episode of Nagmamahal Miss G. Hello po sa bawat isa sa atin. Kamusta na po kayo? Pa-comment naman kung kamusta na kayo. Taga saan kayo? Kamusta ang bagyo dyan? Isang mabagyong gabi sa bawat isa sa ating lahat. Feeling Tagaytay ang bawat isa tonight, correct? Pero sana mag-feeling Japan din tayo. Taas na kami lahat ng gustong magpunta sa Japan, Japan! Comment po kayo ng mga tanong ninyo sa ating guest for tonight. Alright, so i-introduce ko siya sa inyo. Ang ating guest for tonight is one of my senseis, lalong-lalo na sa social media. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce you, kasi mama, introduce niya rin naman yung sarili niya, di ba? So, introduce ko na sa inyo si Teacher Max. Alright, hi Teacher Max.
Konnichiwa.
Hello, Gabi, konnichiwa. Konnichiwa is hello, Teacher Max.
Yes, it's hello in Japanese. So, konnichiwa, minasan.
Kamusta dyan sa Japan? Teacher Max, maulan ba?
So, actually, today was very cloudy. Pero the past few days, actually, maaraw na siya. So, ngayon kasi ang season na ngayon is spring. So, then after a few months, start na tayo ng summer.
Oh, anong paborito mong season? Ang taray dyan kasi may pagpipilian, 4 yung choices.
So far, ang favorite season ko is actually autumn and spring.
Wow.
Kasi sakto lang yung lamig.
Yung mga Pinoy pangarap, snow, ganyan. Hindi mo yun favorite?
Yeah. Hindi ko siya favorite now kasi konti lang yung snow dito sa area ko.
Okay, ayan. Sige. Ikaw na mag-i-introduce sa sarili mo, Sir Max, ha? So, ito ang unang-unang katanungan. By the way, hello ulit sa lahat ng mga kaka-tune in lang sa Nagmamahal Miss G. We have our guest, si Teacher Max. Si Teacher Max, mga kapatid, ay nasa Japan sa ngayon at siya ay nagtuturo. So, paki-like, share po, paki-follow ng ating page at paki-host ng mga watch party para sa mga friends niyo na gusto ring magturo sa Japan or interested sa kung ano ang meron ang mga buhay ng mga teachers sa Japan. So again, Teacher Max, sino si Teacher Max sa Pinas?
Okay, ayan. So I think meron akong slide for us to show to everyone.
Prepared? Gusto ko yan.
Ayan. Ayan. So can you put it on our screen? Ayan. Okay, ayan. So yan si Teacher Max. Okay. So ako po ay isang proud Tomasian. Go Uste! Okay, so I graduated at the University of Santo Tomas with a Bachelor of Science in Secondary Education, major in English degree. Ayan. And I was a student leader and I was a Bebop kid.
Ayan. Medyo halata, Teacher Max.
And then, pinangarap ko din maging artista, kaya nag-audition ako sa Starstruck before. Pero sa kasamaang palad, hindi tayo nakapasok sa Starstruck. Ayan. Pero, makikita nyo po sa right side ng inyong screen, nakatabi ng aking picture ng naka-yellow Tomasian shirt, ako rin po ay isang miyembro ng Rotary Club. Okay? So, a Rotary Club is an international organization that usually do we usually do community service projects. Ayan. So I was a past president of the Rotary Club of Metro Escolta. So ayun yung mga pinagkakaabalahan ko sa Pinas. And then, ako po ay, syempre, more than being a Tomasian and a Rotarian, I am very proud that I am a teacher. Ayan.
And, Sir Max, ilang taon ka ng teacher?
Actually, I've been teaching since 2006. So if
makakompute na nila yung age mo.
Yeah, so if you will do the math, I've been teaching for more than a decade, like 12 years, I think. Grabe, no? And ayan, as you can see, everyone's below dun sa dalawang picture, yung mga schools na aking pinagtrabahuhan. Okay? So it was 2006 when I got hired by Paref Southridge Private School for Boys in Alabang. Okay, and it's a private school for boys. And then yun, first 2 years of teaching ko doon. And I was very fortunate to be recognized as the rookie teacher of the year during that time.
Wow.
Siyempre, bibokid eh.
Wow.
And then after 2 years, dahil masyadong malayo yung Alabang, I transferred to Malayan High School of Science, the first private science high school in Manila, tama ba? Ayan.
Mhm.
And that's where I spent most of the 12 years actually. I've stayed at Malayan High School of Science for 8 years. And actually, mga friends, doon po kami nagkakilala ni Miss G.
Yes. True.
Yeah, so we were the partner English teachers during that time. Yeah. So actually batchmates po kami sa Malayan High School of Science. And sa Malayan High School of Science, I was the what do you call this? A varsity advisor of the Mapua Red Robins, and then of course an English teacher. And then the last 2 years I spent with Malayan, I was an administrative officer, a registrar, and an HR. O, di ba?
Ah, well-rounded person.
Inangkin ko na lahat.
Correct.
Yeah. And after 8 years sa Malayan, di ba sabi nga nila sometimes you need to get out of your comfort zone, di ba? And try to explore new things. And then I transferred to Apex Schools or the Affordable Private Education Center by Ayala and Pearson. Ayan. So sa Apex Schools, what do you call this? I was a master teacher, and as a master teacher, what I do is observe classes of the teachers who we call as learning facilitators. And then I give them feedback on their teaching demonstration and give suggestions, diba, on how to improve their classroom episodes. So I would like to make a shout out, please, sa aking mga naging co-teachers at naging estudyante sa Southridge, sa Malayan at sa APEC. At may mga nakita na akong mga students ko na nag-join sa ating live today. Ayan. So, konnichiwa to all my friends and families. Ayan.
Ayan, hello sa inyong lahat. Thank you very much pa sa pag-tune in sa atin dito sa Nagmamahal Miss G with Teacher Max. Buhay teacher sa Japan. Sir Max, before tayo magtuloy, basahin lang natin yung ibang mga comments bago sila
Yes,
magpatok.
sure.
Ano? Sige, go tayo. Ang kauna-unahan, kumbaga sa klase, ito yung early bird. Si Andrew Hernandez Landicho, ang sabi niya, keep safe po, Miss G and Teacher Max. Maraming salamat.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Wow, gusto ko yan. Arigato gozaimasu. Alright. Sunod si Miss Allen Marie Arisgado, student leader noon, LPT ngayon, kaway-kaway.
Bye! Omedeto!
Professional. Okay. Thank you very much, Miss Allen. Sunod, uy, nag-message yung nanay ko. Sabi niya.
Hello po.
Sabi niya, konnichiwa, Miss G, pa-shoutout po. Ay, hindi, anak ko pala. I'm Hezi with Heart, 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 and Unicorns.
Hi, baby
Hi,
Hezi.
anak. Hello. Hezi. Next po, sa comments natin, si Miss Mariel Yamo. Hello, Miss Mariel. Ang sabi niya, hi, Teacher Max and Miss G. Si Miss Mariel po, by the way, isa sa mga naging co-teachers namin ni Teacher Max sa Malayan High School of Science. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, Miss Mariel. Ang aking very faithful na Honey Bunny Sugar Crush bebe, Sir Max. Kasi love or honey sa Japan.
Sorry?
Paano mo tatawagin yung yung love of your life sa Japan?
Oh my God, parang hindi ako
Yan,
sure.
quiz to.
Oo nga, may quiz pala. Sige, babalikan natin yan. Basta parang if you want to say love, you say the name of the person and then you say daisuki desu. It means that you like the person. Or yung common na aishiteru, di ba? Or I love you.
Yes.
Ayan. Buti may baon akong konting Japanese.
Sabi ni Jeffrey, na asawa ko, ang sabi niya, konnichiwa, Sensei Max, ganbate kudasai. Tama ba yung aking pronunciation?
Yes,
Ano yung
arigato.
kudasai?
Gambate is like do your best. Kudasai is like please, so please do your best.
Para
Yeah,
siyang kumbaga sa Korean is aja-aja fighting, ganon.
yeah, something like that. Arigato gozaimasu,
Yan.
Jeffrey-san.
Arigatou gozaimasu, Jeffrey-san. Sabi ni Miss G. Tapos ang sabi ni Miss Mariel, ganda ng boses ni Miss G. Wow! Talagang boses lang Miss Mariel. Medyo na-hurt yung feelings ko, pero thank you so much. Hindi, biro lang. Joke lang. Miss Mariel, nagpa-practice lang ako para sa ating online rambulan. Bukas na po yan sa YouTube live natin, alas 7 ng gabi. Excited din sa
Yes.
mag-interact dyan. And
Yeah.
isa sa mga pinakamasugid na followers, I'm so glad that you made it, Sir Elord or Get Me. Sabi niya, hi, Teacher Max and SG. Pa-shoutout naman sa kanya, Sir Max.
Hi, Sir Elord. Konnichiwa.
Yan. Yes, lagi siyang umaantabay sa ating sa ating page. Sobrang thank you po. So magpapatuloy po
Okay.
tayo
Yes.
discussion, Sir Max, Teacher Max, kung ano ang buhay ng ating mga kapatid duro sa tawid dagat, specifically sa bansang Japan. Kung kayo po ay may mga comments, questions tungkol sa Japan, at tungkol din sa trabaho sa Japan, sa pagtuturo sa Japan, tungkol sa personal na buhay ni Teacher Max, Teacher Max, by the way, marami sa page natin yung single. Are you still single? That's the golden question.
Yes, I am single and very much ready to mingle.
Gusto ko yan, Teacher Max. Guys,
Please,
watch party na to, ha?
please message me right after this live session.
Yan. Gaya ng lagi ko sinasabi sa page, PM is the key, teacher. PM is the
Yes.
key. Alright, magpapatuloy po tayo, no? So, Teacher Max, paano ka na-employ dyan sa Japan? I'm sure a lot of our viewers right now, medyo curious din sila, paano nga ba yung proseso o paano nga ba yung isang teacher from the Philippines nakukuha para magturo din dyan sa Japan?
Okay. So ayan. Okay. So this what you can see on your screen would be three different ways for you to be a teacher, specifically an English teacher dito sa Japan. And actually I was trying to research the past few days if Japan accepts teachers for other subjects like science and math. Unfortunately, wala ako na masyadong nakita ng mga uh, schools or contracting organizations that hire teachers for math and science. But there are a few private schools, private institutions that hire math and science teachers specifically for the purpose of teaching those subjects in English. Okay? Pero hindi po yun yung magiging focus natin today kasi hindi po yun yung aking personal experience. Okay? So ngayon po, ako po ay nandito sa Japan, specifically sa Kyoto City, north of Kyoto Prefecture, dito sa Japan. And I was able to go here through the JEP program or the Japan Exchange and Teaching Program. So yan po yung makikita nyo nakabilog ngayon sa inyong screen. So there are three different ways for you to become an assistant language teacher. So the first one would be yung experience ko, which is the JET program. Second would be through Interact, okay? And third would be through Peppy Kids Club, okay? So lahat po yan, kung dadaan po kayo sa tatlong ways na yan, isa lang po ang kahihinatnan nyo dito sa Japan, ang pagiging isang ALT, or let me repeat it as an assistant language teacher. Ayan. So, yung Peppy Kids Club po, if you want to go to Japan as an ALT, as a teacher through Peppy Kids Club, you have to go to the ITTI website at nandun po yung kanilang online application. Okay? And if you want to know more about it, meron po akong vlog niyan sa aking YouTube channel, The Teacher Max. Nag-promote no?
True.
Yes. So if you want to get to know more how to get to Peppy Kids Club, please watch one of my vlogs sa Teacher Max YouTube channel. And then yung Interact naman is through the Chesam agency na accredited by the POEA. Okay? So yan yung kung dadaan ka through an agency. So sa Interact ka mapupunta. Ayan. At meron din po akong vlog about it. I interviewed a teacher from Interact at pinag-usapan namin yung application process. So if you want to go into detail po doon, nasa YouTube channel ko po yan na Teacher Max. Halata ba super, super promote eh.
Okay
Okay.
lang yan, Sir Max.
And then, of course, the last two, ito na nga yung sabi ko, I came from the JET program. In the JET program naman, the application, we did not go through an agency, but we directly went to the Embassy of Japan in the Philippines. Ayan. So actually, guys, wala talaga akong plano na mag-abroad. I never had any intentions of being an OFW teacher. But then, yun nga, parang I was enjoying my time sa APEC days. And then suddenly, one of my batchmates sa UST nag-message sa akin, kamustahan lang kami, ganyan, si Miss Mariel. Hi to Miss Mariel. And then she told me na nasa Japan nga pala siya as an ALT. And then through the JET program. So she introduced me to the JET program. Then I tried to look for the details sa website ng Embassy of Japan in the Philippines. And then ayun, I just followed the application and luckily, 'di ba, in God's grace, I was able to be I qualified rather. I qualified as an ALT dito sa Japan. Ayan. So ayan po, yun po yung naging way ko para makapunta dito sa Japan. And yeah, I also have a vlog about it. Pero siguro let me just share na as you can see nga, it says here, it's a Japan exchange teaching program. It is not long term. So if there is one major difference of JET program with Interact and Pepe Kids Club, short term lang po ang JET program to a maximum of 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to stay long term dito sa Japan as a teacher, as an English teacher, through Interact po kayo at Pepe Kids Club pwede. Pero after naman ng JET program, after ma-maximize mo yung JET program, actually pwede ka mag-transfer sa Interact at saka sa Pepe Kids.
Oh.
Pero if
pwede
there
pala.
Yes. Pero siguro ang isa lang masasabi ko is short term man ang JET program, if there is one advantage siguro is mas malaki yung sweldo compared sa
Siyempre magigiting ako doon.
Okay, mas malaki ang sweldo ng JET program sa Interact at sa Pepe Kids Club. And the salary, I believe we will talk about it later.
Yan. Sa lahat ng mga gustong malaman kung magkano ang sweldo ni Sir Max sa Japan, kindly stay tuned in hanggang mamaya. So medyo bandang later ng ating mga discussions, i-discuss ni Teacher Max para magkaroon tayo ng idea. Kasi di ba we always hear na, kapag ka nagtuturo ka sa Japan, ibig sabihin malaki yung sweldo mo. Kasi di ba usually yan din yung naiisip natin or mindset ng mga Pinoy na gustong magturo sa Japan. So mamaya bibigyan tayo ni Teacher Max ng actually hindi to bird's eye view kasi talagang i-discuss niya sa atin yung presentation ng salary sa Japan. Teacher Max, babasa tayo ulit ng comments ha before meron akong itatanong sa'yo after pero basahin lang muna natin ito.
Sure.
Ating mga previous students. Ayan, ang sabi ni Jules Anyevas, hello!
Hi, Jules!
Thank you for watching. At syempre, pag nandyan si Jules, nandyan si Camila Bautista.
Yan,
sabi
anak natin, mga anak-anak natin.
Yes. Hello mga anak. Thank you for watching. Sabi ni Jules, hi Miss Grace, Sir Max, and Miss Mariel. Sabi naman ni Miss Antoinette Pasilyao, hello. Hi Miss Antoinette, thank you for watching.
Hi,
Nagmamahal. Ang sabi ni Miss Jessa Liaguno, hello po sa inyo Miss G and Teacher Max. Konnichiwa, Miss Jessa Liaguno. It feels really nice, no? Para masabi mo yung konnichiwa with confidence. Eto si Teacher Mark Brian Caraan is also one na sobrang sugid na follower ng page na parang kapag wala siya sa page, yung parang wala siyang comment or wala siyang like, parang hinibago. Sabi niya, pa-shoutout. Yan, shoutout sa'yo.
Hi,
Sir Mark.
konnichiwa, Mark Sensei.
Konnichiwa. Ayan. Ang sabi ni Miss Mariel, mukhang bumabawi si Miss Mariel. Ha, ha, ha. Of course, given na yon. Maganda ka, Miss G. Tagal na kasing akong di nakakapakinig sa FM radio station. Kasi yung boses mo, Miss G. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment, Miss Mariel. Maraming salamat. At syempre, nag-reply si Sir Mark ng hehehehehe. Ang sabi ni Miss Jennifer Salazar Gawat, watching all the way from Calamba City. Hello, Miss Jennifer.
Hi. Hi, Miss Jennifer, konnichiwa.
Ayan. May tanong sa atin, Sir Max. I think medyo related to dun sa iyo pong nabanggit kanina. Ang sabi po, gaano po katagal yung process from application hanggang sa ma-hire ka po? Ang sabi ni Jeffrey.
Yeah, very good question. Actually, guys, yung Interact and yung Peppy Kids Club, ongoing yung application niya sa buong taon. Unlike the JET program, may specific period lang of application. So actually, yung application for JET program 2020, tapos na. So kaka-release lang ng mga list of qualified candidates. So congratulations to them. So actually, sa JET program, nagsa-start yung application usually, ano na siya, late October or early November. So please make sure to follow the Facebook page of the Embassy of Japan para updated kayo once they announce the start of application for JET program. And then, usually, ang deadline ng submission of requirements niyan would be around early January. Okay? Then, pagkatapos ng January, hintay ka lang ng another month, February, they will announce who among the candidates did qualify for the for the demo interview and exam. Then after that, by March, they will announce kung sino yung shortlisted candidate.
Nalan.
Okay? And then, yung shortlisted candidates, they will just really have to complete the application process of the other stages of the application. Tapos hanggang sa mabigyan sila ng assignment na mapupuntahan nila dito sa Japan. And usually, they will fly to Japan by August. Kasi summer break yung August dito. So, after ng summer break, yung umpisa ng teaching nila. So, ganun katagal. So, ilang months yun. So, from November to August of next year, kung magiging mapalad kang makapasok sa JET program. But again, for Interact and Peppy Kids Club, all year round naman yung application.
Sir Max, ang JET program is connected with the Embassy of Japan. How about Interact and Peppy Kids Club?
Okay, JET program, the reason why it is connected to the Embassy of Japan, kasi JET program is it's like a project of the government of Japan. So that's why direct ang application sa embassy. So Interact is another contracting organization now here in Japan that that fields ALTs to other schools here. So kaya sa kanila, Interact is in Japan. So if you want to apply to Interact, you have to go through the CHESAM agency.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir Max, I'm sure yung iba medyo na-arouse na ang kanilang curiosity sa pagtatrabaho sa Oo. Ang tanong ko, important pa talaga yung experience? Isa ba yun sa mga tinitingnan kapag mag-a-apply ka for the JET program?
Okay, so for the JET program, it is possible that you are a graduate of any field. It is open.
Hindi necessarily English major.
Hindi necessarily English teacher. Kahit math teacher ka, science teacher ka, PE teacher ka, at magaling ka naman sa English, pasok na pasok ka. Kahit nurse ka pa, kahit com arts ka pa. Okay? Pero, malaking puntos ang nabibigay kapag meron kang teaching experience. So, malaki yung points na meron sa teaching experience. And so far, napapansin ko na ang trend is ang mga nakakapasok talaga ay merong teaching experience. Pero alam ko sa Interact, it is required na English teacher ka or you are a teacher. But for the JET program, not necessarily na teacher by profession. As long as you have teaching experience.
Okay, Teacher Max. Magbabasa lang ako ulit ng mga comments, Teacher Max, ha? Sabi ni Sir Daniel, isa ulit sa mga masugid nating followers sa page. Hello, with a bouquet of flowers. Thank you very much, Sir
Hello.
Gary for
Yes,
tuning in. Salamat po. Sabi ni Jules, in fairness, FM, hindi AM. Oo nga naman, may point si Jules. And sabi ni Miss Jessa Magallanes, hello po sa inyo all the way from Cebu. Hi, Miss Jessa.
Ay, maayong gabi sa inyong
Hello.
lahat.
Yes, multilingual, dialectic to. O, sige po. Tayo po ay magpapatuloy sa ating discussion. Again, sa mga kakatune in lamang po, we are here live sa Nagmamahal Miss G Buhay Teacher sa Japan with Teacher Max.
Yeah,
Ito
and
po
if
ang
you have
ating
questions, feel free to ask.
yan. Ito po ay very interesting kasi ang daming gustong malaman. Ano nga ba ang buhay sa Japan? Paano nga ba yung adjustment doon? Of course, coming from the Philippines, mainit, meron lang tayong 2 seasons, biglang pagpunta mo ng Japan, may 4 na seasons. From a third
Yes.
world country, pupunta ka sa Japan, which is a first world country. So, ano-ano yung mga naging adjustments mo, Teacher Max, nung nagpunta ka sa Japan? Marami ba?
Ayan. So actually, ayan, o, di ba?
Wow, prepared.
Prepared ako, ayan. So actually, ayan po yung aking mga naging adjustments. So una, yung nasa gitna, as you can see, I started to live alone and independently, which is, at first, it was very hard. Ang bilis kong na homesick. And there came a time where when I was literally crying every day. Kasi nga sobrang namimiss ko na parang I was starting to ask myself na did I make the right decision of coming here to Japan? So actually ano yan I came here August 5th and then August 18th was the wedding of my sister. So parang
Mm.
I did miss a momentous event. Kaya sabi ko sa sarili ko na parang oh my god, parang gusto ko nang bumalik ng Pilipinas. But of course, through time I was able to overcome it naman. Ayan, masarap din naman palang mamuhay mag-isa. At saka dati kasi nung bata ko, pinapangarap ko din na parang meron ako sariling pad, meron ako sariling condo, yung gano'n.
Ah.
So parang at least ngayon, what do you call this, na ano naman siya, na-live ko naman yung
Natupad.
yes, ayan. And then as you can see doon naman sa taas, one major adjustment would be the language. Kasi everyone here speaks Nihongo and
Nihongo.
very few people speak English. And ito na nga, Grace, ang isang magandang ano dyan is, I came here in Japan with zero Nihongo. Like, super, kung may alam man ako Nihongo, very, very few. And that was really a major adjustment because it was very hard to communicate. And then, I didn't
Teacher
know,
Max,
yes,
ano ako,
yes.
nag-raise talaga ako ng kamay, parang teacher talaga. Teacher Max, may tanong ako, kasi sabi mo you went there with zero knowledge sa Nihongo. Kasi I've heard na before ka makapunta sa Japan, before you get employed sa Japan, you'd have to attend parang mga tutorials, di ba? Basics ng Nihongo. Pagdating dun sa JET program, walang ganon.
It was not required for us to learn to be a good speaker of Japanese. And then during our we had a pre-departure orientation where that's the time when we learned about some basic Japanese expressions. So very little prep.
Mhm.
So kaya ako sinasabing zero ni Hongo kasi talagang I was not really armed with the parang ano bang tawag doon? The Nihongo to really, I mean, speak to people,
Convert.
read Japanese characters, ganyan. So I'm not really conversational. I just know some words. So unlike I'm not sure though with Interact and Pepi if they require ALTs to speak Nihongo. Pero, at
Mhm.
least sinasabi nga sa mga vlog ko na it is better to learn Nihongo before coming here kasi malaking advantage siya. Yeah. So isa yun sa mga ano ko siguro, if there's one thing that I would like to change, I would love to learn Nihongo sana noon before coming here to Japan.
Mhm. Alright,
Yeah.
aside from the language, Sir Max, meron ka pa bang mahirap na adjustment na pinagdaanan?
Yes, ayun nga may tanong si Gary Daniel. Sabi niya, what's
Mhm,
the
mhm.
weather like? Sabi niya. Ayan, so ito po. So yun, first time, 4 seasons. Di ba? Sanay tayo sa wet and
Yes.
dry season. So
True,
ngayon,
true.
dati ang 4 seasons, favorite drink ko lang sa 7-Eleven.
Iniinom lang.
ng Del Monte. Pero ayun ngayon, nakararanas ko na siya. And summer is very hot, just like the Philippines. After summer is, nang dumating ako, tapos after nun, autumn. Ang ganda lang ng autumn leaves. And then yung lamig is sakto lang, parang Baguio feels, ganun ang level. Ayan, or medyo mas malamig ng konti. And then pag winter, ayun, ang sarap makakita ng snow, para kang bata. Kasi parang dati pinapangarap ko lang makakita ng snow. Pero yun pala, pag tagal ng snow, hindi din pala siya maganda tingnan.
Oo.
So, umpisa lang pala siya maganda tingnan. Ayan. And then, after that is yung spring. Di ba? Kung saan ang ganda ng cherry blossoms naman. Na ano,
True.
yung sakura, ang ganda niyang pagmasdan. At saka hindi siya nagtatagal. Parang it only lasts for a week or two. Parang ganon. So,
Mm.
umpisa ang hirap lalo na sa cold weather. Parang dito sa Japan, I feel mas mahaba yung cold season kaysa sa hot season. So, ang hirap kasi minsan kailangan, kung dati kailangan natin ng aircon dyan sa Pinas, dito kailangan ko ng heater.
Oh, ang mga
Yeah.
classrooms dyan, Sir Max, may AC or wala?
Yes, the classrooms have aircon, and then it is being turned on pag summer, and then meron din silang heater sa bawat classroom. Kasi nga, pagka
Mhm.
winter naman is sobrang lamig. So ayan, you can do gas heater through kerosene, not really kerosene but gas. And then what you call this through electric heater. Ayan. And then ayan, doon makikita niyo naman sa baba, 'di ba, chopsticks. So isa 'yan sa major adjustment kasi sa Pinas sanay tayo ng kutsara at tinidor. So pagdating dito
Wala
sa
sila,
Japan,
Sir Max? Teacher Max, wala silang kutsara tsaka tinidor?
meron naman pero they rarely use it. So, unless humingi ka sa restaurant, but they would really use chopsticks even sa kanin. Siguro ang napansin ko, hindi ang chopstick, ang mga kanin kasi dito medyo ano tawag doon?
Sticky?
Sticky, yeah. Hindi pwede yung buhaghag na kanin natin dyan sa Pinas.
Opo.
Kanyang luto. Kaya madali lang ma-chopstick yung rice. And then, mahilig naman ako mag-chopsticks na nung nasa Pinas. Kaya ah, sobrang sakto yung adjustment. Kaya ako lang nasabing malaking adjustment kasi halos yun na lagi ang ginagamit. So, bumili na ako ng sarili kong chopsticks. Personalized chopsticks. And then,
Mhm.
dito ko nga napansin na kunyari, pag sa soup, doon ka naiinom diretso sa bowl. Hindi ka, di ba tayo, gagamit pa tayo ng spoon para sa soup, di ba? Tapos, di ba may etiquette pa kung paano yung pagkuha ng
Mm,
soup.
mm.
Pero dito, diretso na sa bowl. Di
At saka
ba?
dapat daw maingay, sabi nila. Totoo ba yun?
Yes, it's very true na. Kasi the moment that you make yourself noisy while eating, parang it shows that you are really appreciating and enjoying the food.
Enjoying your food.
Yes, ganun na nga. And siguro eto
May
na.
nakita kong parang car, steering
Yes.
wheel.
So ako po ay nagda-drive dito sa Japan at isa yan sa pinakamalaking adjustment dahil ang steering wheel po ay nasa kanan. Okay?
True! Oo,
So,
baliktad sila.
yes. So sa Pilipinas, yung nagda-drive ako, nasa kaliwa ang steering wheel. At sa Pilipinas, nagda-drive tayo sa kanan. Dito sa Japan, nagda-drive kami sa kaliwa.
Kaliwa.
Ayan. So,
Mhm.
at first few days, it was very, parang ang hirap. Okay, it was very hard. Pero yun pala, pag ano naman pala yun, pag kunyari, since nakaupo ka na sa steering wheel na nasa kanan, parang somehow, if you were a driver, just yung orientation mo. Ang adjustment is more on the side of the road kasi sanay ka sa kanan. And then, at the same time, for other people, medyo malilito sila dun sa mga signal, sa ilaw, kasi nalipat na eh. So yung signal sa Pilipinas, sa ilaw na pala dito. Yung ilaw sa Pilipinas, yung ilaw, yun pala, basta yun yung opposite, di ba? So ayun. I was just very
I'm sure,
fortunate. I was just
I'm sure
fortunate na yun.
mahilig sa manga. Kasi di ba pagka
Yeah.
nagbabasa po kayo ng na comics, baliktad din.
Yeah. I was just very
Fortunate.
Yeah, I was just very fortunate that the car I was driving before, the family-owned car that we have, was a Toyota Emina. It actually came dito from Japan. So, nandito
Mhm.
sa Pilipinas. Pero yung mga gears is still the same. So, that's why hindi naman sobrang hirap no adjustment. Pero, alam nyo ba guys, it took me 5 tries bago nakakuha ng Japanese driver's license.
Sobrang hirap ipasa. Hindi ba pwedeng may
Yes.
kakilala lang?
Hindi puwede. Sobrang strict ng mga ng mga officers. So, I had to take it 5 times, yeah, and like pay 20,000 yen for that.
Hmm. At least, ano yan, parang malaking, ano ba tawag doon, milestone for you that you already
Yes,
have a license sa Japan.
true, true.
So how about
Ayan,
yung accent ng Japanese sa English? Difficult ba talaga to understand?
actually hindi naman sobrang difficult. Although siyempre the accent sounds like Japanese, pero
They
it was
have this
not.
ano, distinct accent eh.
Yes, oo. Pero hindi naman siya mahirap intindihin. Actually dito nga magugulat kayo na marami talaga ang hirap magsalita ng English because of fear. Medyo ano kasi meron
Mhm.
dito yung mga they fear that they would commit mistakes. Okay, kaya natatakot sila magsalita. Unlike 'di ba nung nasa Malian tayo, we tell our students, "Come on, just speak English. No, it's all
Mhm,
right if you
mhm.
commit grammar errors." Kasi at the end of the day, what's important is that you get your message across, 'di ba?
Learn.
Yun naman. Pero dito medyo may konting fear of committing errors or making mistakes, kaya medyo takot sila magsalita. But
May
the
cultural difference talaga.
yeah, accent-wise, siguro 'pag nandito ka na very easy naman to understand. Parang English pero ang narinig mo anime na salita.
Sa Teacher Max, meron ka bang adjustment sa paraan ng pagtuturo? Like, is it the same na dito sa Pilipinas nagtuturo ka, ikaw yung nagdi-discuss, nagpapa-exam, nag-evaluate sa lahat ng estudyante mo? How about there sa Japan, Teacher Max? Is it different or the same?
Very different.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'll go to my next slide, o 'di ba? Okay,
Yan.
so
Gusto ko makita kasi yung contrast.
so guys, everyone, as you can see nga, I'm just an assistant language teacher. So teacher 2 po ako. Okay, so I'm not the main teacher inside the classroom. So we have what we call this. We have a teacher who we call as JTE, or Japanese Teacher of English. Siya yung nagtuturo talaga ng English. And then ako yung assistant niya. So I usually come in when they need to know the right pronunciation of words. Okay, and then I usually also do things if I need to model how to read text, ganyan. And then at the same time, the teachers ask me for fun games and activities that we could use para naman mas maging masaya ang klase. Pero hindi po ako yung nagtuturo mismo nung mga lessons ng lecture. And alam mo ba, Grace, ang isang pinakamalaking difference is yung medium of instruction. Kung sa atin sa
Mhm.
Pilipinas, ang English ay tinuturo ng pure English, 'di ba? At magbabayad ka pa ng piso pag nagtagalog ka.
Oo.
Okay, dito sa Japan, the English subject is taught in Japanese.
Oh, parang mother tongue based.
Yes, mother tongue based. Kaya nandun pumapasok ang role ng ALT because we are the ones who really model the language, the English language, and then at the same time, kami yung source of parang source of information of the language eh. Ganon. So, parang siguro 70% in Japanese pa din magturo si teacher.
May narinig ako, Teacher Max, kasi I also have a friend who used to teach sa Japan. Ang sabi niya, sobrang iksi daw ng time na kailangan mo pumasok sa trabaho as compared with sa dito sa Pilipinas yung teaching hours natin kasi is 8 hours, 6 hours na sa classroom ka, tapos 2 hours kailangan gagawa ka ng forms, you still need to stay sa school. Pero sa Japan ba pareho lang?
Um, so let me introduce the term ESID, or every situation is different. So
Mhm.
what applies to me may be different for other teachers. Pero sa JET program, we are required 7 hours a day. So that's 35 hours a week. So ang klase ko ay 8:30, starts at 8:30 and ends at 4:15.
Oh.
Ganun lang ang break. Tas I have a break of 45 minutes. Ganyan. And then, actually, 'di ba I'm sure alam naman ng mga friends natin diyan, ng ating mga viewers na medyo workaholic ang mga Japanese.
Mm.
So they usually extend beyond the time. I was telling them nga na dito sa Pilipinas, minsan maghahanap ng overtime fee ang mga teachers, 'di ba? Pagka mag-overtime, pero dito walang overtime fee. Pero yun nga, alam mo ba, meron akong mga co-teachers who stay at school up to 12 midnight.
Really?
Yes, grabe, no? So ganun sila ka-dedicated and committed sa work dito. Although, syempre, di ba, ano yun, kaya medyo less yung social life. Unlike sa atin dyan sa Pinas, medyo on the go ang social life natin after teaching.
Correct. Saan mas nakakapagod magturo? Pilipinas o Japan?
I would say sa Philippines. Kasi nga dito nga, we are just assistants. Although there are cases that we become teacher one. May mga instances naman.
Mhm.
Katulad ko, actually guys, sa Pilipinas, ako po ay isang high school teacher, junior high school teacher. And pagdating ko po dito, I also teach at junior high school, pero meron na rin akong elementary schools. And usually,
Wow.
and usually sa elementary school, mas maraming chances akong nagti-teacher one. Kasi sa elementary school walang Japanese teacher of English. Kasi yung Japanese teacher of English katulad natin na nag-aral para maging English teacher. Sa
Mhm.
elementary schools dito sa Japan, meron lang homeroom teachers and they are not required to speak English. So doon pumapasok na kailangan marunong ka mag-Nihongo kasi kung hindi kayo magkakaintindihan ng homeroom teacher. And that was
True.
yeah,
Magsa-sign language
true, and that was my problem. Just
kayo.
first talaga. So, that was my problem nung mga first few months ko dito sa Japan kasi hirap intindihin. Kami magkaintindihan. Pero anyway, ayun na nga. So, yun yung masaya naman teacher. Teacher one ako pagka madalas sa elementary school.
Nice. May difference ba, Teacher Max, ang estudyante sa Japan at saka ang estudyante sa Pilipinas?
If you are talking about speaking English, I think mas confident ang mga students natin sa Philippines. Maybe because we have more exposure than Japanese people. And what do you call this? Pero yung behavior-wise, pareho lang naman. So actually,
Hmm.
if there is one thing that I discovered, 'di ba kunyari 'di ba diyan sa Pilipinas pag nanonood tayo ng anime, 'di ba parang very exaggerated yung mga facial expressions, 'di ba kunyari parang inisip
Opo.
natin ganyan ba talaga mag-react ang mga Japanese? And dito ko na-discover na ganun nga ang itsura nila.
Ay, lumalaki ba?
Oo,
Ganyan.
yan. Kung paano yung mata nila, yung bibig nila, how they move. Ganun na ganun sa anime. Kaya sabi ko, wow, para ako nanonood ng live anime.
Baka may ka pa, Teacher Max, are there any advantages, disadvantages ng pagtuturo sa Japan?
Ito pala, nilagay ko dyan sa photos, makikita nyo yung nasa taas. I think one advantage here is getting to experience eating school lunch. Okay, or we call it kyushoku. Kasi siya, it's a complete meal. Kung makikita niyo sa pictures, guys, merong milk, may vegetables, may salad, may soup, may rice. And then, ang nakakatuwa dyan, the students are the ones preparing it, di ba? So,
Oh.
So sila yung naglalagay ng food din sa mga plates and bowls and then sa tray, 'di ba? Nakaano pa sila, naka-apron pa, naka-mask pa. So talagang it teaches them how to be responsible. Uh yeah, something like that. And then so yung nakakatuwa. Pero hindi po libre ang school lunch na, may bayad po ang school lunch. Mamaya malalaman niyo kung
Affordable or
magkano.
hindi?
Mamaya
Mamaya.
malalaman niyo
Sige
kung
po.
magkano pinabayad ko sa school lunch. And then sa baba makikita niyo that is one example of my English board. So if there's one advantage, I think it brought out the creativity in me. Kasi hindi naman ako artsy person eh. Pero dahil I have an English board and the English board is a way for me to expose or to introduce to students different cultures. Of course, more specifically Philippines, di ba? Filipino culture. Pero ayan, lumalabas yung creativity ko at yung pagiging artsy person ko. So I think that's one advantage.
How about disadvantages? Meron ka bang na-miss na dati ginagawa ko 'to sa Pilipinas, ngayon hindi ko na siya nagagawa or anything like that?
Mm, if there's one thing that I really miss is, of course, siyempre, di ba, being teacher one, And then, namimiss ko yung mag-organize ng mga student activities,
Mm.
mag-choreograph ng cheering ng sabayang pagbigkas. Okay,
Joys
nakakamiss
of being a teacher.
correct, mag-organize ng mga pageant, 'di ba? Yan yung mga ganyan ang nakakamiss hindi kasi wala silang ganung activity dito sa Japan.
May faculty room ba dyan, sir? Kasi
Yes,
di ba sa faculty, nag-enjoy ka, chismisan, ganyan.
yeah, so may staff room naman kami, we call it staff room here. Ayun na nga, hindi ka makakapagchismisan kung hindi ka marunong magsalita ng Nihongo. Eh, kachismisan mo lang yung mga Japanese teacher of English kasi nga nakakapag-English sila. Ayan. Pero very welcoming naman lahat. Kaya they try their best to speak to you in English. Kaya naman, of course, we try our best to speak in Nihongo din.
Ayan. Sir Max, magbabasa lang ulit tayo ng
Yes,
ng mga
yes, sure.
or ng mga messages para sa atin. I'm sure you know si Sir Chalk and Cabo. He's watching right now. Sabi niya, hello, Teacher Max and Miss G. Hi,
Hi, Sir
sir.
Chop. Okay, of Chop Talks.
Yeah. Yes. Next, we have sabi ni Camila, to be fair, Sir Max, you've always been an expert in innovative teaching media.
Oh, thank
Wow!
you. May ganon. Okay, 95
Sabi ni
ka.
Jules, ayan. Sumekan demotion si Jules. Artsy ka kaya? Sabi niya.
Thanks, Jules.
Yan. At sabi ni Camila, kaya nga fake news daw yung hindi siya artsy.
Hindi naman talaga ano lang yun, napapangatawanan ko lang.
Teacher Max, so far, okay ba yung salary pagdating dyan sa Japan? Would you like to discuss now kung ano
Yes.
yung
Great.
breakdown, kumbaga?
Before we go to my salary, meron lang question dito kasi nag-start din ako ng watch party sa Facebook. So, meron
Okay.
ako isang friend, si Karen Mendoza, yeah. Karen Mendoza Tapia. Okay, nasa ba siya? Nasa US. Ayan. Sabi niya, COVID-wise, about coronavirus, ano yung adjustment? So, actually, dito nga, nag-close din yung temporarily closed din yung mga schools. Nag-start siya noong March. And then, actually, dito sa amin, every Friday pumapasok lang yung mga bata for homeroom period. Hi Karen, I miss you. Ayun nga, for a homeroom period. Tapos yun lang, binibigay yung homework nila. Tapos the next Friday, ibabalik nila yung homework nila. Tapos bibigyan sila ng panibagong homework. Ganon. Tapos ang mga teachers ay naka-work from home. Okay, not parang in a rotation, on a rotation basis. Okay, so para hindi lahat ng teachers sama-sama sa staff room para may social distancing pa din. Pero yun nga, by next week we will start classes gradually. So una parang few classes lang muna hanggang sa maging regular siya in the next few weeks. Ayan.
Hindi nag-isip ba sa Japan or did they not consider yung online na platform for education?
Actually, earlier, so Friday ngayon, di ba, so the students came. So earlier, there was a survey given to them asking about their internet connection at home for the possibility of future online classes. Okay, pero
Alright.
ito guys, magugulat kayo na we all think that Japan is very advanced and high-tech. So, siguro sa mega cities ganon like Tokyo. Pero dito sa province, they have the gadgets, pero yung know-how nila, for example, in making a PowerPoint, unlike sa atin kasi talagang we teach them, di ba, how to use Microsoft Word, like how to use Microsoft Office, PowerPoint. Not all of them know how to do it. Yeah, so
na Japan, parang ahead sila sa technology, first world countries. So I thought na it would be very easy for them to shift or to gear towards online education. So hindi pa talaga.
Sa Tokyo, I believe sa Tokyo and other mega cities. But with me na nasa Inaka, hindi ganun kaano yung ano. They know how hindi ganun ka pina-practice yung online classes.
Alright. Teacher Max,
Okay.
gusto mo na bang share yung kanina pa iniintay ng ating mga
Okay, ito na nga. Magkano ba ang sweldo ni Teacher Max? Okay, para malaman
Yes.
niyo na kung mag-a-apply kayo dito. Okay, so ito po ang aking salary. O yan ang bongga, ang laki. Okay, so
Milyon. Milyonaryo ka pala, Teacher Max.
correct, milyonaryo ako. Ayan. So ang salary ko po ay 3.36 million yen sa isang buong taon. And that is 280,000 monthly during my first year. If there is one, nabanggit ko kanina na yung JET program ang mataas ang sweldo, di ba? Ang kagandahan din sa JET program, every year tumataas siya. So,
Mm.
so ngayon po, nung second year ko ngayon dito sa Japan, 300,000 na po yung monthly ko. Pero ipapakita ko po sa inyo, ito po yung mga gastos po namin. Kung gaano po kalaki yung sweldo, ganun din naman po kalaki yung gastos. So, mahal po ang, di ba?
Shout out sa mga may kamag-anak sa Japan.
Correct. Mahal po ang cost of living dito sa Japan. So, unang-una, sa 280,000, for example, during your first year, babawasan ka ng tax and pension na 40,000 yen. So, basta ano na po natin, ang conversion na lang po natin is almost like divided by 2 na lang. Yun na yung pinaka-close. So, that's 20,000 pesos. Ang kagandahan, Grace, dito sa pension, a big portion of that is makukuha mo after the program. Babalik,
Oh,
yes, babalik sa'yo. Kaya okay lang. So para kang ano, parang nagiging savings mo rin siya. Yung
parang tax
binabayad mo.
refund.
Yes, something like that. So a big portion of that you will be able to get back after the program. And then yung apartment ko po, hindi po libre. So it's 50,000 yen. Okay? Ang bills ko dito, electricity, gas, water, 15,000. Hindi naman siya actually, medyo overestimated lang to ng konti. Um, Pero pinakamataas ko actually umabot lang ng 12 kapag sobrang nag-heater na ako pag winter. Pero pagka summer naman at saka hindi ako nag-aircon, even less than 10,000 yen ang aking bills. And then, yun po, yung internet ko is 4,500 yen. And then, ang SIMs po dito, hindi po uso dito ang prepaid. May prepaid dito pero kunyari for one day lang, not really one day,
Mm.
for like a week, for a month. Pero yung buong taon, hindi po, wala pong ganong prepaid SIM. So, you have to get a plan. So, I'm paying 3,000 yen for that. And then yung school lunch po, ayan na. 4,500 po ang binabayad ko sa school lunch. Okay? So, lumalabas siya, nasa 250 yen a day. So, around 125 pesos yung complete meal, which is pwede na, di
So,
ba?
okay na, oo nga.
Oo, hindi na siya ganun kamahal actually. Tapos ayan,
Mhm.
nagtitake po ako ng Nihongo class. Okay, so 1,500 yen. And then yun po, nung first year ko po dito sa Japan, required po ako mag-drive. Hindi naman po lahat. Pagka nasa city po kayo, may subway naman po. So, what we call is, hindi mo kailangan mag-drive, so hindi mo kailangan mag-rent ng kotse. So, malaki yung aking rental sa 38,000 yen. And then yung fuel ko po is 3,000 yen na binabalik naman din po kasi merong transportation allowance. Tapos, ang food and miscellaneous ko is around 20,000 lang or less pa nga kasi syempre may school lunch na. So, ano na lang yan breakfast and dinner. And yun nga, minsan hindi naman na tayo masyado rin kumakain dahil nga nagpapapayat tayo, charot. Okay. Ayan. So, ang total niyan is 179,500 yen. Pero please take note na ESID or every situation is different. Pwede yung ibang ALTs mas mataas or mas mababa yung kanilang gastos. Kasi for example, Grace, yung iba, yung Nihongo class nila provided by the City Hall, walang bayad. Yung iba, walang kotse. So, wala silang monthly na babayaran ng kotse, di ba? Yung iba, either mas mataas ang kanilang food consumption or mas less ang food consumption nila. So, iba-iba po. Pero ito po yung sa aking personal experience. So, minus po natin yan sa 280,000, ang natitira po sa akin ay 100,500 yen or 50,000. Kung gagamitin po natin yung conversion rate ngayon, which is 0.46 ata or 0.47, so that would be equivalent to 47,112 pesos. Yan po yung natitira kong sa sweldo ko pag binawas na lahat
Wow.
ng mga gastos, which is sobrang okay, Grace, kasi mas malaki yan sa sweldo ko sa Pinas.
Correct! Di ba? Yung parang savings lang pala yun.
Diba? So, mas malaki siya sa sweldo ko sa Pinas. So, malaking bagay na siya. Ngayon, kung makikita niyo po dyan sa 47,000 na yan, or 50,000 nga, kasi nga depende, ESID nga, di ba? So,
Mhm.
magle-less na dyan kung magpapadala ka sa pamilya mo, di ba? ikaw na magde-decide kung magkano. Tapos siguro kung nagbabayad ka pa ng SSS, ng Pag-ibig, or ng PhilHealth, na sana naman ay hindi na talaga malaki. Okay?
Shout
And
out!
ayan, and then syempre yung kung may life insurance ka, pero actually yung SSS, Pag-ibig, PhilHealth, hindi yan lalagpas ng 10,000 pesos eh.
True,
Hindi nga,
true.
kasi ang SSS, sabi mo nang nasa 1,960, nasa 2,000. Pag-ibig, pwede ng 500 lang, 2,500. So sabihin na natin, safe to say na meron kang buong 40,000 pesos na savings. 'Di ba?
Sana all.
Unless na nga lang talaga ay nagbabayad ka. Which also, what you call this, which also happened to me. Dahil yung first year ko was spent sa pagbabayad ng mga loans, ng mga utang. Kasi syempre, di ba, hindi naman, pag pumunta ka dito sa Japan, kailangan ka rin perang dalhin, di ba? And at the same
True.
time, ayun, kaya buti naman doon ako humiram sa mami ko para, di ba, siguradong wala magbayad. Ayan. So,
Pwede ba
actually,
bigyan mo kami ng range, Sir Max? Magkano yung kailangan mo i-prepare if ever you'll go to Japan to teach?
yeah, sige. Pero before that, yun nga, I learned naman
Mhm.
from most OFW friends that ganun talaga pag first year mo is parang bayad
Ah,
utang ka.
yes.
Yeah. So actually, it's on your second year that you would start saving, ganyan. And then, how much? Actually, ni-request lang ako ng contracting organization ko na magdala ng 125,000 pesos. Pero wala po, ito po ang kagandahan pala, sa JET program, wala pong placement fee. Sa Interact po, alam ko merong placement fee. Pero sa JET program, walang
Oh.
placement fee. So, ang dadalin mo lang talaga dito is yung baon mo. Pinagdala lang kami dito ng 125 kasi nga, August 5 kami dumating. Ang sweldo ay August 20 pa. So, at least yung pang-unang gastos mo.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
ito naman naubos actually yung 125,000. So, actually, it depends. Pero some of my fellow ALTs, 50,000 pesos lang yung dala nila.
Oh, and they
Yeah,
survive.
yes. Kasi, yun nga, parang 2 weeks lang naman yung kailangan mo i-survive eh.
Alright, pero syempre 'di ba kung kukuha ka ng kung kukuha ka halimbawa ng apartment, magbabayad ka na ba agad or for example,
Ah,
dala mo?
yeah, yung ganyan, katulad yan, depende yun sa contracting organization mo. Usually sila naman, pagdating mo dito, naka-ready na lahat, may apartment ka na. Kasi usually, ang titiran mo, yung tirahan ng papalitan mo na ALT. So,
Mhm.
naka-ready na siya. So, ayun, katulad nun, kaya rin pala ako 125,000 kasi nga, nagbayad ako in advance ng apartment.
So they will take care na dun sa kumbaga dun sa accommodation, all you need to do is just to pay the monthly rent.
Yes, yes, true. And yeah, and nakakatuwa naman dito, everything was provided for me, like microwave, refrigerator, gas stove. So halos wala na akong kailangang bilhin.
Fully furnished na yung pinaka-apartment. Ang
Yes.
saya.
So ayan po guys, kung gusto niyo po magtrabaho dito, ayan po yung possible monthly savings niyo. At mas malaki pa po, depende sa kung ano yung, kasi Grace, meron iba dito, swerte, walang bayad yung apartment.
Wow!
O, di ibig sabihin, dagdag 25,000 pesos agad yun.
Correct! Oo.
So, depende,
Grabe ang laki, no?
yeah, so depende talaga sa mapupuntahan ninyo. And yun na, dito lang, matututunan mo how to spend your money wisely.
Wisely. Kasi syempre, if you'll be spending a lot of money rin dyan, 'di ba, yung out of your budget na talaga, di wala ka rin talagang save.
True, true. Grace, meron lang question dito sa akin sa live, sa watch party
Sige, go
ko.
ahead, teacher.
Ang tatanong niya, anong level si Clarissa, Vera Cruz Felix, hi, fellow Rotoractor.
Hello.
Okay, anong level ng Nihongo need to apply for JET program? Wala naman pong level na kailangan. Ako nga, di ba, very basic Nihongo lang yung alam ko. Pero yun nga, just like what I always say, it's better to learn Nihongo before coming here. Kahit siguro N5 or N5 level. May parang kasing Japanese language proficiency test dito. N1 yung pinakamataas, N5 yung pinakamababa. Siguro kahit N5 pwede na. Ay ako hindi pa nga ata ako papasa sa N5.
But still, okay kasi at least, diba? Parang, I've heard this na pagka daw nagpunta ka sa Japan as an ALT teacher, yung iyong job is not actually to teach them how to speak in English, but to become a cultural ambassador. Is there something like that?
Yeah,
Pagdating?
thank you. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, you are an ambassador kasi nga it's a cultural exchange, 'di ba? So ako naman,
Mhm.
nakakatuwa dito kasi syempre most of the time, the ALTs come from native countries, 'di ba? Ay, from countries with native speakers. So ito nakakatuwa dahil nakakakita sila ng Filipino kaya I introduce Philippines. Kaya for example, guys, meron ako activity sa elementary. Ang topic namin kasi sa elementary nun is what do you like? So
Mhm.
nagpa-practice sila ng phrase na I like this, I like that. So ang ginawa ko, inintroduce ko yung menu ng Jollibee. Tapos ayun,
Wow!
oo, tuwang-tuwa sila. Inintroduce ko yung menu ng Jollibee tapos sinabi nila, I like hamburger, I like halo-halo, ganyan.
May Jollibee ba diyan, Sir Max?
Unfortunately, walang Jollibee dito sa Japan.
McDonald's lang.
Yes. And yeah, we're all praying na magkaroon ng Jollibee dito. They
Correct,
said
isa daw yun sa mga
they said 2019 but it did not happen.
mhm. Isa daw yun sa pinaka-nami-miss ng mga nag-a-abroad na mga Pilipino, Jollibee.
Yes, true, very true.
Teacher Max, nakakatuwa ang ating discussion and I'm sure marami ring natutunan ang bawat isa. I'm sure yung ibang nanonood sa atin suddenly become interested with teaching sa Japan. So, if ever may nanonood sa atin na parang gusto niya na mag-try, magturo sa Japan or even in other countries, do you have any pieces of advice that you can offer para sa mga, again, gusto ring magturo sa Japan or sa abroad?
Okay, so kung gusto nyo, ayan, makikita nyo, ipopromote ko ang aking YouTube channel. So please
Go ahead,
subscribe to
Teacher
my
Max.
YouTube channel. Okay, nakikita niyo naman yung aking hashtag. So yan yung magiging yan yung magiging advice ko para sa lahat is to live life to the max. Okay, so it's time for you to really get out of your comfort zones, try to explore new things, and what do you call this? Try to make it an adventure for you to discover more about yourself, di ba? So ano naman parang ako nga sabi ko hindi ko in-expect na mapupunta ako dito sa Japan pero ay nakakatuwa that's because I'm continuous yung learning and at the same time 'di ba gives you experience and then continuing din yung professional development. Wag lang matatakot, sumabak lang. You will never know if you will not try, 'di
Try.
ba? Yeah,
Paano
and
mo
then
malalaman kung di mo susubukan?
yan, and then yun na, syempre, katulad ng mga nabanggit ng mga teachers natin itong nakaraang Tuesday and Monday, di ba, na mga guests mo din, talagang ano lang, first, pagpapasok ka sa isang laban, kailangan meron kang dalang mga armas. So you have to really prepare for it as well. Ayan. And of course, in God's grace and in God's perfect time, mapupunta ka sa dapat mong kapuntahan because God will lead the way. Oh, di ba?
Yan. Amen.
Yeah.
Once again, Teacher Max, maraming salamat. And baka meron ka pang ibang gustong i-promote sa ating mga viewers for tonight.
Ayan, so magte-take advantage na po ako sa mga viewers ni Miss G. Okay, so actually bukas po if you have time, ako naman po ang magfe-Facebook Live. Okay, so meron din po akong programa actually sa YouTube channel ko, pero bukas ay dadaling ko siya sa Facebook. Ito po ang Tonight with Teacher Max and actually student namin to ni Miss G dati, okay? Si JJ Alejandro, okay? He is a former Mapua Red Robin, a student athlete who turned pro and is now a professional basketball player of the PNP Katropa sa PBA. So pag-uusapan namin ang buhay manlalaro at ang kanyang humble beginnings hanggang sa nakarating siya sa pangarap niyang maging isang PBA player. So kung libre po kayo bukas and you have time, please join us din po sa isang magandang usapan. At syempre, right after nito ay ang online rambulan ni Miss G.
Yes! Gusto ko yan.
Yes.
Again, Max, maraming salamat for joining us in this FB live stream. Marami pong salamat for sharing your expertise or experiences sa pagtuturo sa Japan. Once
Yeah.
again,
Miss
ladies and
G,
gentlemen, Sir Max.
hi. Miss G, wait lang. Ano pala, meron din
Yes,
kaming interview. I had Miss G guest sa Tonight with Teacher Max. Naka-upload din sa Facebook ko. Miss G talk about her expertise naman on she gave tips on how to ace the LEPT exam. Yeah.
yes, alam na. Sa
Yeah.
lahat po ng mga take ng board examination this September. Teacher Max, by the way, na-move ng September yung supposedly
Mm.
March na board examination because of the pandemic crisis dito sa Pilipinas. Ngayon po ay na-move na siya ng September. So kung kayo po ay nag-aasam na maging licensed professional teacher, I shared a few of my tips on how to ace the board examination sa YouTube channel naman ni Teacher Max. I hope you can visit ang bahay ni Teacher Max sa YouTube. So, once again, Teacher Max, maraming pong salamat sa inyo po.
Domo arigatou gozaimasu.
Yan, domo arigatou gozaimasu, sensei. Maraming pong salamat. Sayonara is good.
Yes.
Alright. Sayonara, Sensei Max. Maraming salamat. Alright, everyone, there you have it. Marami pong salamat sa lahat ng mga nag-tune in sa atin dito sa ating Facebook Live. Nagmamahal Miss G Buhay Teacher OFW Series. Tandaan po natin, bukas meron po tayong kauna-unahang online rambulan Teachers Edition. Pero hindi po dito sa Facebook Live, kundi sa aking YouTube channel. So please visit and subscribe to our YouTube channel para makapag-participate kayo, manood po kayo, mag-interact kayo sa ating online rambulan Teachers Edition. Bukas po yan ng alas 7 ng gabi. And also, teachers, ang atin pong topic para makapag-prepare kayo ng inyong mga sasabihin ay, bakit masarap magmahal ng teacher? Have a good night, everyone! Nagmamahal, Miss G!